headquartered here in Philadelphia. I live in LA. Right now I'm kind of bi-coastal. I am an investor. I GC all my own projects. I bought most of my portfolio and rehab most of my portfolio from 3,000 miles away. Like that, I still have properties I still haven't seen yet.
You said you had a project manager, make sure the projects stay on course, but at the same time, your boots on the ground, make sure that the stuff is really what it's supposed to be. Yeah, so that, yeah, and they could do the running too.
Out of necessity, I started putting systems in place and I became more efficient. And
I told you guys I was going to bring you the best, the realest, the best content, the best people, everything. I told you guys this, right? And I am absolutely going to deliver, if I must say so myself. I have none other than Miss Nicole Purvy that doesn't really need no introduction at all whatsoever. Listen, you guys, I told you before, I was only going to bring you people on here that actually does what they do. Number one, that's actually good at what they do, have mastered what they're doing, you understand? And they're able to teaching people how to do what they do, what all that stuff above, whatever it is. Let me tell you something right now. This right here, I didn't mean to call you this, but Miss Purvy, Miss Nicole Purvy, Nicole Purvy is about to drop some gems on you guys, and we about to get to the real of this municipality, building apartments, permits, how it affects all of us everywhere, no matter where you live at, what city, what state, it doesn't matter. It affects us, no matter how you look at it. So, Nicole, thank you, girl.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So, to dive right into it, could you first tell my viewers exactly who you are? I'm not going to assume everybody knows, because you'd be surprised. So, just in case for those who don't know who you are, could you tell them exactly who you are, what you do?
All that. So I am Nicole Purvy. I am an investor. I am a general contractor. I am probably most noted for running the Better Than Success Real Estate League. It is the most comprehensive, results-driven real estate club the world has ever seen. We started in 2016, and here we are today. We are headquartered here in Philadelphia. I live in LA. Right now I'm kind of bi-coastal. I am an investor. I GC all my own projects. I bought most of my portfolio and rehab most of my portfolio from 3,000 miles away. Like that, I still have properties I still haven't seen yet. So like actually the other day I posted on my YouTube video a walkthrough of a property that I've owned for 2 years and I've never seen it.
You never seen it?
No, I never seen it. So that was my first time actually seeing the property.
Wow.
And I ran all my rehabs from 3,000 miles away.
Man, I can't even imagine it's hard to run a rehab when you're in front of the people and you checking up on your projects.
You know what?
So I can't even imagine.
My biggest lesson that I learned, COVID kind of forced all that on me, and I had a baby around the same time. Because I was pregnant, remember when COVID happened, like we were scared to even touch outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it was like, you go outside, the COVID rain is going to come down on you.
Yeah.
And so I was pregnant running 3 projects and my team was like, you can't, I'm like, I can't come out. They're like, no, you can't come out. We got this.
Yeah.
So out of necessity, I started putting systems in place and I became more efficient. And you don't realize how much, especially if you're not a person who is willing to actually roll up your sleeves and put a hammer in the wall. Like I'll tell you the extent of the labor that I've ever done, but that was never my plan. So I'm rolling up to my projects. And when I look back and I thought about it and I'm like, what am I here for? Like if something's not done right, what am I going to do? Fix it myself?
And tell them to come back out and redo it.
Guess what? That you can do that from video, and you can do that from pictures, and you can do that from having runners go to your project.
That part.
I call them boots on the ground. They can go to your project and see stuff and send you videos, because your general contractor, they can send you videos, but they know how to angle the angles.
True.
But you have
you can't really see what's really going on.
Right. Between your boots on the ground person and your, if you use a hard money loan, your draw inspector and your actual L&I inspector.
Yes, absolutely.
Between the 3 of them, I don't know more than them as a general contractor.
True.
Right?
True.
Like I actually had somebody project managing, my boots on the ground person, my draw inspector, and L&I.
You can't lose, honestly, when you think about it.
What
Because
do they use it for?
L&I necessarily have to make sure everything is in compliance. You said you had a project manager, make sure the projects stay on course, but at the same time, your boots on the ground make sure that the stuff is really what it's supposed to be. Yeah, so that, yeah, and they could do the running too, so the project manager can really make sure that you stay on schedule. And then if you did the hard money draw, then they come in at their own pace to make sure that the thing was put into place. So how about that?
I'm not doing that, but holding the project up on things that, and you already know as a general contractor, it's an art. You could be doing this for 20 years and still see new stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And still see stuff that you've never seen before. So like you're going in, and then at the time, I got like 3-4 years in. So like I'm really learning. Like a lot of this stuff is common sense,
right?
And intuition, but like I'm also really learning. Like, what am I don't know more than these people.
Right.
So it's like, but I got out of my own way.
That makes sense though. I was introduced to SOPs and systems. It was the best thing. When I had my first CRM, I paid for it for 6 months before I used it.
What'd you use?
Right now I use 2. So right now my main one I use is Thrive. I love Thrive.
I never heard of it.
I love Thrive. The other one, I can actually run my payroll and everything through Thrive. The other one I use now, of course, is like Go High Level. That was the newest one I've gotten within the last.
And these are construction?
They're not specifically construction. They're just basic CRMs for me.
Okay.
Because mine is different. Mine is not construction projects. I'm running permits, licensing, and paperwork and that kind of thing.
I use a lot of them. I never heard those two, but I use something called Rike. And for my actual property management, I use Buildium. And then when I had active construction jobs, I was using Buildertrend.
Yeah, I've definitely heard of Buildertrend, and I heard of Buildium. Yeah, I like Buildium. Yeah, I like them. I like them a lot.
Yeah, they take all my money, run all my reports, take everything. My tenants pay through Buildium.
Right.
All the
things. They can do that, right?
All the things.
Yeah, and they can do reports and stuff like that. Like if they have like,
it's so robust.
Yeah.
I wish they had an affiliate program. Or everybody be up under me, but they don't have an affiliate program. So
yeah.
Like,
they probably don't need to.
They
don't need to because they are really.
Folio.
Yeah, Folio. Yeah.
It was good as well. I mean, I didn't use it. It's a little bit more expensive depending on how many units you have, and for the number of units I have, Buildium was. I did a lot of research. Buildium was better for me. So
yeah. So let me ask you. Okay, so even though you're going through you're managing from afar, right? And you're barely seeing these projects, and you're signing papers while you're in LA for properties in Philadelphia. Did you ever come across any issues? Who handled your issues when dealing with like the municipality or dealing with a contractor not submitting permits? Or
I'm the general contractor.
No, you're the general contractor, so did you pull permits from LA too? You did. Yeah. Oh, I know. So when you actually had to, so it never came down to a point at all where you had to actually show up at the city for no reason?
They couldn't at the time because of COVID.
Oh, that's true.
They couldn't. So
that's true. Right? That's true. And they have the online chat and everything now. They got a whole bunch of stuff now. You definitely don't never. Yeah.
I would go now. So before COVID happened, so it just so happened that they launched Eclipse when COVID happened. It was a total crazy coincidence.
I just got Malik's permit approved. And then the same day they shut it down. I was like, yo, Malik, I got it approved, but you can't start no work anyway because they literally just closed the whole thing.
It was given a good warning.
Yeah.
So it kind of really worked for them. It worked really well for them.
Yeah, it forced us to learn Eclipse.
It did, and it was easier. So before Eclipse, before COVID, before I got pregnant, I used to go down there for everything. Girl. Even though there were things that you could do online at the time, I used to go down there for everything because I enjoyed the process of really learning hands-on what was going on and also getting familiar with the staff.
Yeah,
it was to a point where I would be down there. Everybody knew me. One of the girls, the main boss that used to be there, she was
Shonda.
Real pretty. Is that okay? So she,
I know
you know, like I'm talking about, yes, just real pretty, like strikingly beautiful.
Chocolate.
Yes. And so I remember, like, I used to get everybody to be friendly with me, and she just wasn't. She wasn't mean. She just that's why she the boss. And I respected it. Then one day she was like, pull me to the side. So I'm like, what I do? I'm in trouble. She had a real estate question. And she was like, we all follow you on Instagram. And so she asked me a real estate question. And I was like, I really appreciate it because now I had a good relationship with everybody. So I would highly recommend, if you're serious about this, going down there to pull your permits, even if you can do it on Eclipse, because you don't know. There have been times when people did favors for me. There have been times when, just various things, and you really get to understand the whole process. And are they true Philadelphians, where it's like, it's the equivalent of, that episode of Martin when they go to the DMV. I used to compare this all the time. Remember the episode of Martin when he went to the DMV?
Yeah, I remember.
And everybody, that's how it is.
I remember.
Are they true? Are they really like the DMV? Absolutely. But you have to just know that, treat it like a student. Like, okay, you know what? Even though I'm a developer and a lot of times people think that they big shots, down here, you not.
You better stay loud enough for the people in the back. Because when you go down there, Mr. Powell, they don't care if you were the one to pay all their salaries. They don't even care.
Get to the back of the line.
Listen, 250 units. I've had clients
on the edge. They take you to the back. You sitting on the edge of the seat like.
It don't even matter.
Rejected.
They don't care. Listen, look, the people that work for the city don't like to go to the city themselves to pour anything that they need to pour themselves. And even right now, until this day, it's like, okay, you who you are. Okay, that's nice. So how can I help you? With a straight face. Like, how can I help you?
Out Form 2A, go to the line over there, then come back.
Then come back. Look, listen, and that back then, you could only do 3 permits at a time. That's why I like the Eclipse. Now I can do like hundreds at a time, right? Back then, you could only do 3 permits at a time. But
that's funny. That episode of Martin. If you never saw that episode of Martin where they go to the TV, is just
and he had to keep getting back. And
like, you got to start from scratch. Where's scratch? Back there.
Now, no, you know what they do now though? No, now what they do is they go, oh, if you don't have the right question to get the right answer, you got to make another appointment. Now it's a kiosk you go to, and you're making another appointment, hoping that you can get an appointment that's available the same day while you're still down there, right then and there, and then everybody's new. So like because you're privy, because I was there in the beginning when I used to tally between that and revenue and licensing, like which one I'm gonna run to with the tickets. Now it's like when you go down there, I know everybody that's new. I know people that got promoted. I know people that's not there. So them poor people don't realize that everybody you're talking to is new. So they don't really know much or nothing. You do better asking me because I've been doing it since 2017. Now the people behind the desk ask me questions because there's one thing about the city. Permits is permits, zoning is zoning, license is license, and neither one of them know each other's right. So when they talk to me, it's like, well, I don't know, ask her. I don't know, Paulette. Here's a question, Paulette, So it's the building relationship was paramount.
It is. So I would highly recommend that if you are a newbie, you go down there, you do everything just so you can get acclimated, start making friends, knowing people, and just go humble. I don't care who you are. I don't care what's going on.
Absolutely.
Because you got to understand, each of those people, especially the permit reviewers, they're actually very educated. They're very educated.
They come out sometimes.
And so you got to respect their education. And even the people who are at the front, they work in a basement all day. They work in a basement. So and they working with people, various levels of understanding. So you got to respect what they do, right? Like the city said, oh, y'all gonna work in the basement, no windows. And
they just got new computers and new cubbies like a few months ago.
I haven't been there, so shout out to them for the new cubbies.
Right.
So you gotta respect it. Go down there, be humble, and know that you're gonna catch some attitude. But once you're there,
don't take it personal.
Don't take it personal, and know that it's all with love. It just is what it is.
It is what it is.
If you make your job easier, you will get so much more further.
They start to remember who you are and look forward to working with you. One of the other things I would throw in there is that helped me out too. I'm real big on relationships anyway, so maybe I'm not the best one to talk to, but is don't get afraid when you get a stop work violation, and don't get afraid when an inspector walks up on you. Just comply. You want to go here and befriend those inspectors just as well as you want to befriend the people downtown.
I thought we was gonna move to that. The inspectors, I tell all our members of Better Than Success this, everybody, the inspectors, once you get your permit, the person that's assigned to your project, the inspectors are more educated than you can possibly imagine. And so you cannot treat them like anybody else. The other thing that most people don't know is within each district, there are only about, on a bad day, it's only 3 inspectors. On a good day, they got maybe 10. And they have a morning huddle every day. And in their morning huddle, they talk about the projects that they work on. So if you plan on working on more than one project and you plan on being a developer full time, trust and believe that your name comes up in the huddle. So you want to make sure you treat everybody with respect, because word will get around if you are not respectful. And when you get a new inspector, when they change the inspectors, or you get a new inspector because you're working on another project, they've already talked about you. So you have to respect the inspector. Also, too, they are a wealth of knowledge, right? So if you're kind to them, they can help you help you with your project.
They can help you with your project, but they can also stop your project
They can.
too.
So, but just my point that I'm making is be nice to them. They can stop your project. They can make your project experience really bad.
Right.
There was a notorious guy out in West Philly that was just like not having a good time with everybody. But I ended up making friends with him, and he helped me out on a lot of things. And it's because a lot of times people don't really understand and respect what they do. Like, they have probably a master's level degree type of education. They have to have code memorized. The books that they study when they get their different certifications, the books are this thick. And it's things that they have to have memorized.
They have to learn every trade. So imagine you're an electrician, they got to learn that trade. Imagine you're a plumber, they got to learn that trade. So they have the contractor, they got to learn that trade. They have to learn each individual trades in order to be an inspector. So that's true.
So, respect them because they can help you out with your projects. There's been times when, I may have failed an inspection. This is before they would force to fail, right? Because before they would just be like, oh, fix this,
and then I'll come back out, right? Or send it to me.
Now they got you. They got to either pass or fail you,
or waive you.
He'll send me. He's there, and then it's a couple things, and I'm like, can I record you? Because what you're saying, surface level, seems like Chinese. I need to go back and study.
I record, and I take pictures of it too. So when I'm dealing with, if the tradesperson is not there, and I'm the one there because I don't know, then I make that as a reference. So this way we know. I'll send a picture along with.
Don't ask me to spit back what you just said about the flux capacitor.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Let's record this. You explain it.
My women investors are much more efficient like that. Not my guys. My women
guys have ego.
Women are more efficient. You can ask them questions. They know exactly what's what, how it went, this and that. Like, they're very exact. My men are just kind of like, they shoot from the hip.
Maybe it'd be a lot of ego. But
they shoot from the hip. It's having a relationship with the inspectors is really important, because I've had inspectors stop work or order because you exceeded. You can exceed the scope that's on the permit, okay, and then get stopped for that.
I've never gotten stopped for that before.
Yeah, you can exceed the work on a permit and get stopped for that. Let's just say you have an easy permit, and all of a sudden you decide to change the staircases in the basement. Now that's structural. Now you can still have the easy, but now they're going to make you get plans just for that, or engineer report just for those steps.
Oh, you know what? I've never done an easy permit because for that very reason. I'm not. I know I'm a certain things I know I'm going to do.
No, I'm gonna go here and push the envelope. So I might as well get my plans.
Regular permit.
I might as well get my plans now, so I ain't even got to be stopped.
I get the plans before I close. I get Jane to walk through the process before I close.
No, but see, that's part. Now let me tell you, guys, she just dropped the gem. Okay, so let me tell you what some of my clients do. This is what Lorenzo Jackson tends to do too. Lorenzo say, "Hey, Paulette,
Better Than Success."
I'm calling. Yeah, he is. He'll say, "Hey, Paulette, I'm great closing this property." And about when he does his walkthrough, he walked through with his architect, right? And while he's walking through with his architect, he's calling me, so I know I know he's need plans, but I already have the general minor in. And the plans is coming back right behind it. So by the time the general minor is in order for him to at least walk into the building, he wants to walk into the building the day of settlement. Day of, he wants to walk
That's
in.
how I am too.
You know,
You know how
and
many
then
times
we
when I
take
would
it from
close
there.
and then go right from closing.
That's exactly
right
what he
over there.
likes to do.
There's been times
Yeah.
I've closed because sometimes it don't record. If they record it, I don't know how it is now because I haven't bought anything and tried to do it the same day of in a while. But if they record electronically, it could take a couple of days and they might not be able to. If you're changing the use, they might not be able to. Like, let's say you're zone RM1 and it's a duplex.
Oh, they used to get done in a.
If they recorded, they won't change. In the past,
Mm-hmm.
if they recorded, they won't change the use until the deed is fully recorded. So so you got it. So I've had title companies walk down and record it in person.
Okay.
Just so I can do it that day. I don't want to waste no time.
Okay.
I got time for this.
Yeah. Now you can change. You can change the use in a day. Long as all I need is a settlement sheet.
The recording, if they record it electronically, it can take a couple days to actually show up.
Right.
If you do it electronically, but if you go down there in person, it does it that day.
Yeah. You can do it fast. You can do it the same day now. I just got to take the settlement HUD sheet and I can get it done the same day. Mm-hmm. And I can get the permit in your contractor's name or your name or whatever. It'll change the use and everything. So yeah, some things did go a lot quicker. Now you could do permits, like I said, you could be on chat and do all this and have stuff reviewed. And half the times, I don't like dealing with licensing a lot of times. So I pre-upload everything. And if I need them right away, I pre-upload everything in the system. And I only go downtown if they need them right away with all the TR numbers, all the license and all the permit numbers. And I go, here's the permit numbers. I just need you to look at it now so it can be approved. I need you to look at that one now so it can be approved. I need you to look at that one now so it can be approved. That's what I do with my GCs to get them their stuff quick. So
you don't have
instead
to
of me having
to pay more to have it expedited. Well, I guess that's what you do.
That is expedited, yeah.
Yeah.
So instead of me waiting for giving them the whole packet for them to take it in so I can get my contracts license the same day, I upload everything from the office, already associate myself and do everything. So when I go down there, I just go down there with the number and give her the numbers, log into my account, and she go, okay, here's the license I paid for it. Okay, and I already picked the same day.
Shut the front door.
Yeah. And right now, so you guys have a GC class, like you have a contractor's class, and 8 of them they want to get their contractor's licenses. I can do the commercial activity license and the tax account in an hour. You know, and then turn around and still go downtown the same day, as long as you have your insurance and your auto. I just take the auto and I put the auto on the COI form. I just type it right on there because they don't give you any problems when it's all on the COI. But when you come separate with the auto policy and then separate with the COI with just liability, they get a little weird like that. Right. So I just take whatever's on the auto, type it on the COI, give everything a copy of the OSHA certification. I get everything the same day.
Yeah, I did mine. When I did mine, I went down there. I got it all. I think I got it all on the same day too.
Yeah, you can get it all on the same day. But a lot of times I don't like to carry the folders, so it's like, dang, they need their licenses by tomorrow. Yeah. So I literally just write it down and I put them in, and all they do is put the trade license number in. See that I already uploaded. They be like, thank you for doing that, because they hate to have to upload everything and look. I upload everything, label everything, and they just approve, go ahead and pay. But it's already partially paid because I partially paid
when you uploaded it.
But that's just the trick. When I upload it and it's sitting in submitted status. So by the time I go down there, it's already sitting in submitted. I'm just forcing them to review it so they can look at it, and then I can get it the same day. So you really get your GC license in 24 hours if you go down there.
Yeah, I don't remember waiting very long. I mean, I had my OSHA card, and I just remember the day. I forgot that they want that form that says you don't have any employees notarized. So I went.
I give that to my employees. Yeah.
And then I just remember scrambling around and waiting in line and having a folder and then coming back. I just remember, but I remember not waiting very long. But that was.
Yeah, I want to. My clients trying to get notaries done on these on a non-exemption letters, and they won't notarize them because it doesn't have those lines for the notary. Notaries have like little lines they have. So now I make my letters with the lines on them so they can be notarized, you know. But I actually bring a notary with me in the class, and then I have everybody's stuff notarized right then and there. So that and insurance. So we ain't even got to worry about that.
That's awesome.
You know what I mean? So so that's some of the things that we do here at Philly Permit. But listen, you guys, let me tell you something. Learning of what the process that Nicole was talking about in terms of working efficiently and using all the technologies to run full construction projects. How many have you ran at one time?
The most I've run at one time is 4.
Girl, listen.
Remotely.
It's remotely. It's people that's live and in person that can't run more than 4 or 5 projects. I mean, live and in person. and you did it while you was somewhere.
Nursing a child by myself
You
in
know,
California.
but you know what? But this attests a lot to your team, and it's not easy to find a construction team, or it's just not easy. Have you went through construction teams during that process, or did you happen to be one of the lucky ones that
I
had
know
its family?
I was a lucky one. I linked up with my project manager, and he just was a godsend for me the
Hmm.
entire time. I made sure I took care of him
Yeah, yeah, he
financially,
definitely, yeah.
but he just was a godsend to me the entire
Hmm.
time. I honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can remember things, but I was on autopilot. Do you have
Oh,
kids?
yeah,
So right after you have the kid, your brain go on
yeah,
autopilot, and
yeah.
you just get stuff done.
You just get stuff done.
And
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
it wasn't, I didn't even think honestly at the time that I was doing stuff that I thought that I was doing some boss stuff. Not until when I talk to people, they
No,
like,
because you were just doing it. That's mom. That's a woman. We just do.
we just
Then we
do.
go, oh, we did. I did. I did that.
Dang, girl,
Damn.
I recorded a whole
No
YouTube show about
excuses.
this. Like,
No excuses. Done moved into a house. Done furnished a house. Done
girl, you
put
didn't even know.
together. Listen, wrote a book. Published a book. Ran a class. Whatever. Had the baby. Came back. So becoming a mom is like the epitome on top of everything else that we already are. And I'm not even talking about a wife and a woman and being all that. I'm just talking about just that part. That's why everyone's built for it.
Facts.
We're the only ones built that can go without having to have that me time. We got to take the me. I got to make an appointment with myself to have a me time. All right, appointment. Got an appointment to do what you want to do, right? Have to have an appointment. Where you at? I'm on an appointment. My me day, on my me
No,
time, because in my brain is like telling myself you're on an appointment, although it's a me time.
Mm-hmm.
And my brain is telling me you're on an appointment, so the next I deserve it and I have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Otherwise,
a
you go
shame,
crazy.
right?
For me, it's my I do various self-care things, but I go to the gym 4 times a week. I run 4 miles twice a
Mhm.
week, and the other 2 times I strength train. And no matter
Mhm.
what, I zone out. My
Mhm.
phone, I don't care who you are.
Mhm.
It don't matter to me. I'm out. I'm checked out. I don't
Mhm.
think about work. I don't care. I'm checked out. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
And that's like just I need that time to just check out.
Yeah, I do like that generally on the weekends. I don't answer the phone calls after 6 in the evening generally, and on the weekends I don't do it at all unless I'm going to like an event or something. Then it's like my brain is automatically back when I'm at work during the course of the week. But other than that, I don't. No, I don't like. It's like I try to get me back. I try to get me back, and it gets so quiet. Another thing I don't do is I don't carry two phones. I have 4 phones. I carry one. Two phones stay here. And I carry the one. I'm telling you, I don't carry no one, two. Yeah, two phones stay here. I don't carry the phones with me on purpose. When I'm not there, I'm not there. You know what I mean?
So here's another thing. I don't work on Sundays. I've always been like this. Even
Mhm.
before becoming a mom,
Mhm.
I do not work on Sundays. It's a wrap.
No
Don't
work
ask
on
me. I
Sundays.
don't work on Sundays at
Okay.
all.
Okay.
Church,
Okay.
brunch,
Yeah.
playtime with my son, family time,
Mhm.
TV. I don't work on Sundays.
Ask you this. This is a good question. As a busy professional, entrepreneur extraordinaire, um, owner, leader of Better Than Success, do you have time to watch TV?
Um,
It may seem
you
like a
would think
weird
my
question,
answer is
but
no, but I do. I pick like 2 or 3 shows. I don't
mhm.
really want to watch a whole lot of TV because I
Yeah,
enjoy
I don't
being
watch it.
productive. It's
Yeah,
not
I don't
even that I'm
watch it.
saying no TV.
Mm-hmm.
I like the art of storytelling. I like really well crafted shows. I use
Mm-hmm.
it as inspiration to tell my story.
Mm-hmm.
I My secret dream is
Mm-hmm.
to be a movie producer. One day I would love to be
Okay.
able to make content. And that's a whole nother thing. I have an idea that, I got to sit on for a minute because I'm not gonna be able to get to it for a while. But I love really well made stuff. I
Mm-hmm.
do. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'll pick like 2 or 3 shows and I'll watch it. Like right now I'm watching The Gilded Age, and Loki just went off, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I might, if I get some downtime on a Sunday when I can, I might watch a movie that I've been trying to get at. But like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not just sitting binging like at all. Like
Yeah, like I said, like let me catch up on. I'm like TV will literally be watching me because I could not tell you
I'm
nothing.
trying to put another show in this other show called Upload right now, and I can't. I keep falling asleep. But before I had my
Yeah.
son, what I would do on my Sundays was I would go to church and then
Mm-hmm.
come home and veg out and watch all TV all day. But I
Mm-hmm.
can't do it now because I have him,
Mm-hmm.
and so like I really try to have good quality time with him,
Mm-hmm.
or we're doing something
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. But and then also most of the stuff that I want to watch, I don't let him watch.
Right, right.
Like things, and not even necessarily like violent things, but like shows that are just too adult
Mm-hmm.
in the content. Like, and you don't even realize how much stuff has violence in it that is like subtle violence.
Mm-hmm.
And I just,
They put it in cartoons and stuff
it's
today.
oh
It's
my
in
God. I
everything.
don't even like, it's
It's in
weird because people be
everything.
looking at me. I don't let him watch like Sonic the Hedgehog. That's all they're doing is trying to kill each other.
It's in
It's
everything.
crazy.
It's in the jokes that they make. It's in all
It's
kinds of stuff.
crazy.
It's in all kinds of stuff. So let me ask you, in terms of Better Than Success, you guys have the infamous Wire Summit
Why?
that's getting ready to come up.
I'm so excited. So
So I'm excited too because of all of the new thing that you're doing this year. It'd be my first time attending. But the new thing you have like with the breakout rooms and all of that kind of stuff, that's has never been done
it's never been done before.
to my knowledge, and I travel and I've never seen
It's
it.
never been done
Okay.
before. So the Women
So
in Real Estate Summit is an event that we started in 2017 where we have all women speakers. And the idea is not to have this room with all women. Men can absolutely come. But the idea is to highlight women speakers because as women investors, developers, GCs, we a lot of times operate in a silo and we also deal with very unique situations that men don't have to deal with
right.
at all.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a celebration of women in real estate. A lot of times women, we are naturally better teachers. So this is just a celebration of women in real estate, and the education and the inspiration and the motivation in the room is game changing. So this year we're going to do something a little bit different. We have a portion of it that's called the conclave. And the
Right.
conclave is think like a marketplace with everything. There's going to be deals there. There's going to be a business strategist, funding strategist there, MB Capital. Shout out to them. They can get you business credit. If you reach out to them, tell them Nicole sent you for a discount. They're going to be there to pre-qualify you for business credit so that you can have your seed money. Then we'll have Crowdcopia there, best hard money lender in the city.
Period.
Period. Shout out to them. Tell them Nicole Purvy sent you as well.
There.
Yes, exactly. They're going to be there to pre-qualify deals. So there's going to be a deal there. They're going to be able to underwrite the deal. Hard money lender, the business credit people there will be able to get you money. And then you'll have all your other service providers, like the
Right.
permit plug is going to be there so that you can sign up and, use her to pull your permits for the project.
Right.
There's
I
gonna
have
be
some
a
goodies
GC
for you
there.
guys too.
There's going to be a GC there
Yeah.
for you as well so that you can get a scope of work for the deal. Everything so you can literally walk in and leave with a deal. That's going to be day 2. Day 1 of the event is everything is going to prepare you for the conclave. And even before that, we're going to have all the people that get a ticket, they get pre-training. So I don't want anybody coming to Wire not knowing basic stuff, like
Right.
foundational stuff. So you watch the pre-training and then you come to Wire and you be able to get the most out of the experience, meeting these investors, developers, networking with people, getting prepared for the conclave. And then the conclave, boom, boom, bop, you got a deal. Now, all you got to do, is laying everything out for you. All you got to do is bring your willingness and your courage. That's it. Now, if you're like, hey, I don't want to do a deal, because my mom even said this to me. She was like, it seems intimidating. That's okay. Some people work a little bit more slowly. That's absolutely fine. I do want you to come and just level your mindset up. I just need you to bring your courage and your willingness to level. Is there pressure to do a deal? No. No pressure to do a deal. But for those of you who are like ready to get busy and have people there to help you, they're going to be right there.
Well, that's important because it sounds like one big. If I was you guys, I would take the list of the properties I have and then bring it with me and get all that free game and information so I can see what deal makes the most sense accurately.
Right.
You know what I mean? So then I can go ahead and implement that and feel confident. The scope of work is not an easy thing to do. And they charge for that. Like, what, $300 and up just to get a scope of work. And the scope of work is not easy to do because you don't know what you need or don't need.
Right.
You assume you need every single thing on the list and you don't. The project determines what you need and the level of you're going to either flip it to sell it or you're going to keep it to rent it. You know, that's even important to know because that to me would determine exactly how much in certain areas you would put money versus the one that you're going to keep where you could get away with doing certain things, you know.
Amen.
But having those people that is right there to assist you is beyond and is beyond valuable. And what I mean by like I'm used to being the permit plug and everywhere I go. So for me it's Greek to people like, oh, I don't need somebody to do this. Until they run into a situation, it's like, wait a minute, what was that number again?
I would say,
You know,
especially if you're operating in a silo, you definitely need to hire someone like Paulette because I remember, I was very fortunate because we have BTS. So we have all
the collective.
Like I really had a lot of support and our members have a lot of support. If you're new, I would go with working with her because they don't have a handbook for this. They just don't. The city of Philadelphia is the city of Philadelphia. You know this? Cool. You don't? Okay.
They have some manuals.
Some trainings.
They have some manuals and they do have some trainings, but I'm telling you right now, the moment you go on to phila.gov to see it, it has another drop down box that comes up and another drop down box. And it's like, wait a minute, your website said this and now you're telling me that. I always said you have to know the question to ask in order to get the right answer. And if you don't know the right question to ask, you are going to be, and sometimes they don't try to like not help you. It's just that they don't know what you're talking about. They don't know what you mean.
That's the truth.
So because they
don't speak to each other, they don't know.
They don't know.
They don't.
And they don't. So a lot of the people don't understand that sometimes they can contest things because Illinois is not perfect either. So you can contest something at your municipality very easily if you have the information to back it up, and then they will strike that out. You can even talk to your examiner through a Zoom. You understand? You can even talk through the chat while you're actually putting in a permit application.
They used to just have to email them.
You know? Listen, right?
Email them and wait.
And the chat is good, though.
Hold on real quick. I didn't say the dates for Wire. December 9th and December 10th. Oh, yeah. And if you guys want a discount for Wire Summit, again, men are more than welcome. There will be some bomb developer men there. I don't want to say any names, but big boys. Because we're going to have the big girls there and they're not. So if you want a discount, go to wiresummitdiscount.com to get a discount on your tickets. After you sign up to get the discount, then you'll be able to redirect it to the page where you can just go ahead and buy your ticket. And as of right now, we only literally have one VIP ticket left.
Really?
Yeah. So I don't know if that ticket will still be there. So
wow. You guys, one VIP ticket left. Listen, she wasn't playing about those big boys though. I know a couple of them that's going to be there though. Like she wasn't playing about those big boys.
I'll say one person. I'm not going to say his name, but I was just talking to him yesterday. And, he wholesales big commercial projects, and he said over the course of a year he did $900,000 in revenue, income, directly to him.
Wholesale
commercial projects. Then somebody else I know, they actually do ground up construction projects. This is a man, so I'm just letting y'all know, guys, you don't have to be intimidated. These are going to be in the room.
Right.
Our headliner, she developed almost nearly $1 billion in development. We were kind of like doing rough math, and she was like, I don't think it's $1 billion. I'm like, one project. So she did like 30 projects.
I know who you're talking about. I know who you're talking about.
She did literally like 30 projects. One of them is $300 million.
She's so down to earth. Yeah.
One of them is $300 million. So I'm like, sis, you definitely did.
Yeah.
You definitely did $1 billion. She's like, literally. Okay. You want me to say nearly? Yeah. It's
Look, we're
definitely
going to
over
speak it
3.
into existence, girl. We're going to speak it into existence. It's already done. It is already done.
Already done.
It is going to be, listen, this is my first time. I'm excited. I'm going to be there for both 2 days. 2 days. I have some things at the Wire Summit I'm going to be giving away. I have a raffle that I'm going to be doing. So I have some things back in I've been working on because I wanted you guys to be able to walk away with something that you can have tangible right away.
Send me the stuff that you want to give away because I can do it. It depends on what it is. I might do it on a big stage.
Yeah, I want to do
we got some raffles that we're going to give away.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
I need to start promoting it. I'm like trying to trickle out all the marketing things. I haven't announced another speaker that's going to be there. So every year I've let a male moderate a panel and they know that this is not your show.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
This is about the women. I'm just letting you moderate.
Right
now. Because normally the women got to moderate.
So
dudes. So you moderate. You moderate.
Right.
So this time we got a big deal developer investor that's going to moderate. I haven't announced it yet. We want to make a little skit.
Is it?
You would never guess who it is. You would never
Really?
guess. Who would you go guess? You're not gonna guess. But go ahead. Try me.
Okay. No, a big deal developer. No, I don't.
He's an investor.
But he here in Philly though.
He not from Philly.
Okay, then now.
He has a huge platform.
I don't know.
And they ain't caught up in none of the scams.
No, that's for real though. No,
Getting caught up in the scams.
the dudes. Who you telling? The dude. Well, we ain't gonna go there because we don't know. We just speculate. We don't know. Start looking in.
Just watching.
We don't know. Like everybody else watching. Like everybody else watching. We watch like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? We stay in our lane and do our business, right? And always try to give you guys good content and gems and trainings and all that. Listen, although we talked about the Wire Summit, we cannot forget Better Than Success. Yes. Okay?
Yes.
Better Than Success.
I'm so pushing Wire. Like my team is like, we haven't even had any new members because I've been pushing it for the past month. I know I'm terrible. But Better Than Success.
But you got a team behind you that pushed Better Than Success.
I know, I
too,
do.
So.
I'm really, really grateful for them. In terms of me, I'm usually the lead.
Yeah, but you got a sharp team. You had a sharp team behind you, and they really did catapult you guys, like fit perfectly. I love that little group you guys have within your group.
Yes. So just for those of you who don't know, Better Than Success is not just like a normal mentorship. It is a club. I like to tell people it is a system. It operates differently in a sense, in a number of ways, but one of them is it's not just me running it. I have a team of, there's 9 of us total. I call them real estate executives, and they are the leadership team. They run all our events, and they are members who have actually become investors. So these are people who are members. They know the system, but they have been verified. Like we already know that they're not out here faking. So and they've been trained as well on how to teach people how to invest. And so we do a lot of things within our real estate club. If you want to learn more, just go to joinbts.com. If we're actually, I don't know when you're gonna run this, but I'll leave the sale up. I'm gonna do a sale on our annual membership. Just type for a discount, I think is 50% off of our annual membership. Just go Nicole 2, put that code in, sign up, choose the annual option, put Nicole 2 in, and you'll get 50% off. That's our Black Friday sale. I can't believe Black Friday is next week. I'm not prepared.
I'm not prepared. Time was going too fast for me, absolutely too fast. You actually started the part that I actually was going to end with, but I want you guys to know, because Nicole already knows it, in case you don't know. This is our first time meeting. Okay, in person.
She's taking our classes, done all types of we done had coaching calls,
and Zoom and stuff like that. And this has been years. This is 2020 or 2021 or somewhere around there.
I remember because how my house was set up, and I remember the way that when I was talking to you, we were in my house and I rearranged my house. So I remember that's how. Okay. So it was like 2021.
So it was like 2021. So this is our first time meeting in person. But the thing about it is, just to let you know how far your reach is. I never even knew, like, I met you on Instagram. I mean, not on Instagram, on YouTube. I actually came across, I was on YouTube, YouTube University, right? and I came across, I don't know what you was doing. I think you had this black hat on to the side or
Always got
something.
hats and stuff.
So, and I was like, well, who's this? And that's, oh, she's in Philadelphia. And then I start listening and listening. And then, of course, you know how all the other episodes come up. So I start watching one episode after the next episode after the next episode. And then I was like, oh my gosh, she's in Philly. I need to see what's with this program. I joined your company, your Better Than Success, before I met anybody. So, and it's weird, the weird part is also is when Heidi used to be over there. Now, mind you, I know Heidi
me,
and
by
all
the
that.
way. She followed me. She came and moved next to me.
So when Heidi was over there, right? When she moved over there, when she was over there, and I met Jabbar. And Jabbar was like, oh, you need to come next door. And I'm like, he kind of cocky. The way he was like, yeah, he was a little cocky when I met him. And I was like, I ain't going because he's too cocky. And he was like, I got a whole investment group over there,
But you didn't even know he was already a member.
Didn't even realize that I didn't correlate the two. I didn't correlate the two. So
hilarious.
one day I show up, and then I walk in or whatever, and I'm thinking like, wait a minute. That guy is the same guy.
That is hilarious.
Who it's like nobody I don't know. I know everybody. Jamar was like, I know everybody, right? And Jamar was like, I know everybody. So I was like, oh my gosh, like I actually saw you. I mean, everything from I watched everything. I watched all your episodes back when you was in your apartment, your condo, like all of that stuff. And that right there, when you decided to be a GC. And that is how I met Nicole Purvy before actually, I joined Better Than Success right then from there. And believe it or not, I'm not sure if I still have it, but I had a little vision board. My vision board said join a company, like join one of those type of companies, and yours is the one that I chose. So I just wanted to tell you that.
Is your client.
Not all of them yet.
For improvement.
But then that's also where I started my first Zoom. And I did my first Zoom with you guys, so I'm like part of the membership, and I did my Zoom and stuff like that. Remember, because I was at the time still working in my house, and I had